we have our problem. We're going to write the x to the third plus 4x squared minus 2x plus 8 inside, and we're dividing by x minus 1. Now, when we ask the question, how many times does x minus 1 go in, we only look at the x. We ask, how many times does x go into x to the third? Or, worded a different way, x times what gets us to x to the third? And the answer there is x squared. So when you're asking the question, how many times does this go in, you only pay attention to the x, ignoring that minus 1. But when it comes to this next phase of multiplying what's on top by what's on the side, the minus 1 becomes active again. We're going to get x to the third minus x squared. Now, most mistakes occur at this subtraction phase. So I suggest, instead of subtracting, that we add the opposite. Change the signs on the next row, and then add down to get, in this case, 5x squared, and bring down the minus 2x. Then again, when we start asking the question, only the x is there. X times what makes 5x squared? Answer, positive 5x. Then we take the 5x on the top, multiply it by the x minus 1, all of it, to get 5x squared minus 5x. We're going to subtract and add the opposite, so change both signs on the line below. Adding down, we now have 3x plus the 8, which comes on down. We look at the x out front, we look at this 3x, and we say x times what makes the 3x, and the answer is 3, so plus 3 up there. The 3 then multiplies by both terms on the side to give us 3x minus 3. Again, we're careful to add the opposite, and finding the opposite here, we're going to get 8 plus 3, which is 11. So we're going to have plus 11 over the x minus 1. And I always go plus my remainder. Even if the remainder is negative, I go plus a negative. Now, most of us do not want to check this by taking the whole x minus 1 and distributing it to the whole x squared plus 5x plus 3. So I suggest this following mini check. Take the negative 1, multiply it by 3. That would be the last part of the distribution you'd be doing. The product there is negative 3. Then add on that remainder of 11 and see if you get to 8. And the answer here is yes, we do. And that's a nice quick way to kind of check your problem. It doesn't tell you you got the problem right, but if you've made a mistake with your subtraction along the way, odds are you're going to catch it at that point. So it's something I highly suggest. The next problem. Here we go. We're going to have the 2t plus 3 out in front. And inside of our division bar, we're going to have 4t to the third plus 4t squared minus 9t plus 3. No tricks up the sleeve, just your standard problem. Same thing as what we just did. We're only going to look at the 2t for the purpose of asking this question. 2t times what makes 4t to the third? The answer is 2t squared. The 2t squared on top multiplies by both terms on the left, and that gives us 4t to the third plus 6t squared. Draw our line and subtract, but instead of subtracting, we're going to add the opposite. In the t squared column, 4 take away 6 makes negative 2t squared. Bring down the minus 9t. Now we look at the 2t out in front, we look at the negative 2t squared, we asked what we're multiplying by to go from one to the other, and the answer is negative t. So the negative t on top multiplied by both on the side gives us negative 2t squared minus 3t. We're going to add the opposite, changing both of these down below here to plus signs. Adding down in the t column, negative 9 plus 3 makes negative 6t plus the 3 I'm bringing down. We ask the question, 2t times what makes negative 6t? The answer is positive 3. No, negative 3. Duh. Negative 3 times both on the left gives us the negative 6t minus 9. And now adding the opposite gives these both plus signs. We add down and get 12. And so we're going to have plus 12 over the 2t plus 3. And I could have made a mistake right in there very carefully. I would have caught it at this next step, but I'm going to do it anyway. The last part of this distribution, 3 times that negative 3 makes a negative 9. Take that negative 9, add the 12 to it, and you do get to 3, so it passes my preliminary check.